Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a pretty solid team and actually go unedited until we do take a loss. After that, we'll go ahead and just cut to the next wins and see what we have going on. So this is a very solid team here. It's going to consist of Skeledirge, Registeel, and Poliwrath, and I had an absolute blast. We are going to be leading with Skeledirge for a while here, but we're going to swap that up, and I do believe put Poliwrath up front to see what we're going to get because it started kind of hard countering us there for a while. But with that said, folks, if you can give this video a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. I'm kind of taking it easy today, just relaxing over here. It's kind of one of those cloudy days, and, well, I love those cloudy days, don't you? Personally, reminds me of when I was a kid and I was really bored, but now I have everything I ever wanted, so... Let's have fun while it's raining. All right, but anyways, with that said, let's see what we have going on here. Hit me with a Sludge Wave. Now, everything on this team is great. I don't typically use Registeel too much. I really never use it in the Great League. When it comes to the Ultra League, I'll use it here and there. Definitely a solid pick. Not the biggest fan of that Pokemon, but you gotta admit it is stinking good. Poliwrath is just a classic, and then Skeledirge is one of my new favorite Pokemon, period. Absolutely amazing. Somebody was saying... And no. We were all saying this, but then somebody left a comment, and I agree. I mean, I say it all the time. When it gets its community day, when we're talking about Skeledirge, it's like you don't even need to run Blast Burn. Oh, no. What they were talking about is it learns some sort of like a signature ghost move. That you would probably want to run that, Disarming Voice, and then of course your Incinerate. So it'd probably be, in a sense, not maybe better than Shadow Ball, but kind of like cost less energy. I don't know, but it just doesn't need Blast Burn. It's just so crazy. It's one of these things where you're like, for once, you're like, well, I don't think I need the community to move. All right, but moving it on to the next one here, let's go ahead and see what we have. Again, we're going to continue on here unedited until we do lose. Next game, we're met with a Blaziken. They're going to be retreating into their Ampharos, and we're going to go ahead and get off this Disarming Voice. But looks like they're going to be able to land a Brutal Swing first, so we're going to go ahead and shield that up. And then throw the Disarming Voice here, and I think we're going to swap into our Registeel. Okay, sounds good. Focus Blast is still going to be doing a decent amount of damage here. Obviously, the Zap Cannon is going to be resisted, hitting me with a Thunder Punch. And that's the thing about this team is they're all pretty bulky-ish. The bulkiest one is going to, of course, be the Registeel. But man, I had an absolute blast with this team here. Okay, all right, so we're going to be getting kicked in the face and not get off the damn Focus Blast. That sucks. That's all right. They're going to be retreating as we do throw a Shadow Ball, catching with what? An Excadrill. Oh, okay. Bringing in the Poliwrath and just countering them down, and this is pretty much a wrap here. I think they throw Brave Bird. Yeah. Well, they lowered their stats, and at this point, we're going to be able to just farm them down here. I think we just need to land like 2 more Incinerates. So hitting me with a Blaze Kick, 1 and 2. Yeah, that's it. And taking the win there because they did drop their defense. And we're going to go ahead and continue on here. I think this may be my longest win streak for this season. I think it was 10. I don't know what it is at anymore, but let's keep it going here. Next game, what are we going to see? We're going to keep that Skeledirge in the lead, I think, the entire time here until we do take a loss. Met with a Talonflame. We'll take it. Fly's still going to hurt, and technically that's going to be pretty good up against the backline that I do have, but we do have something to combat it with the Scold as well as the Zap Cannon on the Registeel. We're going to go ahead and just throw the Shadow Ball, and I do believe I get 2 shields out of them. I barely get to the next Shadow Ball here, just barely, and down they go. Oh, they let it go. Okay, sounds good. Very nice. So I'll absolutely bring in Registeel here to go up against Cresselia, and they're backing out immediately. Hey, I know the feeling. I get it. Trust me. This damn algorithm, right? Am I wrong? It's a coin flip at the back. They realize, well, like, I can't win that. Not even skill's going to save me here. Next game, we're going to be met with an Obstagoon. This is kind of a double-edged sword type of a deal here. We do have that Disarming Voice, which is super effective without getting stabbed, of course. While we do resist the counter on the Obstagoon, their Night Slash is super effective. So we can just effectively let that Night Slash go. But they are going to be catching with their Shadow Stunky. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Registeel and just absorb this and then go for the Focus Blast. It's going to be able to take them out, and we're still both holding on to 2 shields here. Bringing in that Obstagoon, and I would assume going for... Oh yeah, it's this one. Okay, so they just keep going Obstruct over and over again. Now, I've voiced myself on how I feel about that move. It can work in certain situations, but for the most part, I personally just like going with Cross Chop on mine. Or you can opt to go with the Ultra Spicy Hyper Beam, which you're getting stabbed from, or the surprise for fairies, which is going to be Gunk Shot. All right, but we're going to be bringing in the Poliwrath here to really put in the damn work. We're going to let it all go. I think they just keep going Obstruct still, yeah. Okay, and one last one here. This if this is a Night Slash, it's going to do a decent amount. All right, so we're getting low. What's in the back? It's going to be, oh, it's this one, a Kyogre, Shadow Kyogre too. So we're going to go ahead and first lower the attack and then swap into the Skeleturge. And they even let it go, which I get it because everything on the Poliwrath is not very effective. But kind of risky here, and we still have 2 shields. Going to go ahead and go for the next Disarming Voice. Skeleturge really putting in the work and taking out Kyogre. Still holding on to both of our shields there. Very nice. Let's keep it going here. All right, so we're on our last one if we want to take 5 wins. Let's see what we can do. Obviously, we are. Okay, well, maybe we might lose this one. Who knows? And a Charizard lead. Sounds great. See, now, this is what happens when the game is just kind of neutral. You can actually pull wins off and have fun and enjoy yourself. Granted that the frame skipping is horrible still. That's still definitely something that you need to look out for. But things like this, come on, it's not even giving me the advantage. It's just kind of a neutral situation. I love it. All right. Anyways, I'm just trying to emphasize how it's just let us battle each other without this nonsense countering and holding our hands for a win or a loss. But anyways, we don't need to ramble on about that. We're up against the why am I spacing this Greninja's name? Pulling a Joe Biden over here, folks. All right, so we're taking them out. What do they have in the back of Venusaur? Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and just start throwing these Icy Winds. There's really nothing that they can do at this point because of the Registeel. Now, let's talk about Community Day moves really quick for Venusaur. Now, somebody brought this up. This is going to take just a second to go over, but Charm in the main series games doesn't do damage, but in Pokemon Go it's very strong. Gains energy slowly, but it's very strong, especially if you're getting stabbed. Somebody said, what if they made Sunny Day a quick move? And it was a fire quick move, and Venusaur can learn it, and various other Pokemon. Fire quick move, almost Incinerate-esque type damage. That would be crazy cool. All right, now that would give it coverage. Shout out to you, whoever said that. All right, they had a very big explanation on how it would work, and I just gave you the quickest, laziest way to explain it, sort of. But hey, it would work, right? Also, I was thinking, I'm sure there's other good moves to pick for these Pokemon here, but just throwing it out. Earthquake? I mean, Venusaur farms up pretty quick with Vine Whip, and exchanging that for Sludge Bomb, so Frenzy Plant Earthquake, that'd be pretty good, leaving you very vulnerable up against Flyers at that point, but, it's one for the other. I don't know what kind of coverage you're going to want for everything. It's not the way it works. All right, next game, we're met with a Pidgeot. We're still going undefeated with this team here, having an absolute blast and laughing at life, When you do okay, Go Battle League, it puts a little bit of a smile on your face, and it's just nice not to get countered every damn game. All right, so we're gonna let that go. Feather Dance, lowering my attack, going for another Disarming Voice here, of course, because Shadow's, Ghost is resisted by the normal type on the Pidgeot. I was expecting a Brave Bird here, but they hit me with another Feather Dance, and I'm actually able to farm them down. Oh, or not. I guess I'm not. Went. Or wait, oh my goodness, we did it. We freaking did it, folks. Going for the Disarming Voice because I do believe they bring in a Dark type. Okay, sounds good. And now we can either go with Registeel or Poliwrath. It looks like I'm going to go with Registeel because I was thinking the Sludge Bomb's still going to do quite a bit. So hitting me with a Crunch here. Shadow Drapion is pretty good. I think I have one of those made, as a matter of fact. Just very rarely use it. Okay, another Crunch. We're still holding on to 2 shields here. And I don't think this will be enough to take us out. Oh, it is. Son of a gun. That's all right. That's all right. We're just going to go ahead and sit tight here. Let this Crunch go. Oh, we're shielding it up. Maybe we thought it was a Sludge Bomb. Going for the Icy Wind. And what's in the back? It is going to be a Registeel. Or Steelix. And this is great here. We just need to get that last shield. Perfect. Now we're just going to go for the Scold, and it's going to KO. I would suspect, Psychic Fangs? Okay, sounds good. And we'll let that first one go, going for the Scold. Psychic Fangs has nothing to do with lowering your stats for your attack, so we're still able to do a whole bunch of damage here. And shield this up and taking that win. All right, so still going undefeated here with this team, looking good. Let's continue it on and see what we have for our next game. Still leading with Skeleturge until you see otherwise. I am going to show when I do switch it. And we have an Overquill. Okay, let's get it. So this is going to be all right. I think that has Aqua Tail, right? So we do need to look at... Oh, I mean, this is not necessarily great because what? Dark 2? Yeah, Dark Pulse, yeah. On the plus side, their quick move is not very effective, but it is going to be farming up fairly fast here. So they will be shielding up that first one. I do believe they double shield this thing here, if I recall this correctly. Okay, I guess I don't recall this correctly. And we get another Incinerate through. We're going to shield this up so we can win the swap, since they did use a shield themselves. And bringing in a Sylveon, we're just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball here. This is looking pretty good for me here. They let that Shadow Ball go. And of course, we're going to be bringing in Registeel as Sylveon against the Steel type over here. That'll probably change in the future. They'll probably give it an upgrade in its move pool. And they do have a Cresselia in the back here, so we're just going to go ahead and throw that Zap Cannon and then swap into the Poliwrath, as we are going to be able to do some decent damage before we do go down here as we do hit this Scold. Registeel can technically handle both the Cresselia and the Sylveon here, so we don't really need to worry about going down by a Grass Knot. I was just hoping they didn't get too much farm. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to actually KO us there, so we're able to get to the Icy Wind, and I think we might be able to just lock on down the Crest, or they're going to use their last shield, swap into Sylveon to take us out with the Charm. We bring in the Registeel here, and this is a wrap. There's really nothing they can do at this point. We're just going to go ahead and throw that Focus Blast to take them out, and that is literally a wrap here for us, folks. We just need to get to one more Focus Blast and we'll just take them out here. I think that's what we actually throw, because we don't really need to get to the Zap Cannon, and they're desperately throwing while we still have one shield left. This is just the power of this damn thing. Look at the skip. Look at the skip. You see that? There you go. Great example. See, let me just tell you really quick here. Let's go on a little rant. All right. You see how that was the final blow? And was getting a little bit close there. See, a lot of times, if I'm not, using some sort of extreme tank like Registeel, and I desperately needed to get off my charge move and hit every bubble so I could take them out before they take me out with their last charge move, a lot of times it'll say, okay, if it frame skips, right? I don't hit the Excellent. They barely survive. They get to their charge move, they take me out. Battles like that, I don't show them all the time because they piss me off, all right? And it happens quite frequently. So, yeah. Anyways, what's going on here? We shielded up that Earthquake on the Walrein there, and we'll go ahead and let this one go. It's not going to KO. It's going to be pretty close, though. Should be able to take them out here. Beautiful. And we even have a Shadow Ball. We're going to go ahead and just throw that, right? Just a blind throw. I didn't even look at what type it was. Charizard, perfect, because, well, Fairy's not very effective to that. We're going to go ahead and bring in Poliwrath here, which can handle itself pretty well up against Charizard, even though it does have a flying quick move for most of the time. But even if I say I was running 2 dragons, the Charizard would have Dragon Breath. Oh, hell yeah, you better believe it. So they're shieldless, and they have their own Poliwrath in the back here. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw the Icy Wind. I mean, it's more efficient to go for the Scold, but when we're throwing Icy Wind, we're getting a guaranteed attack drop instead of maybe, right? Especially even more so as Scold has been nerfed. Alright, we're just going to go for the Focus Blast here to get their shield, just like we wanted to do. So we're looking pretty good. Although, let's see how fast we can farm. Actually, I think we'll be alright. Yeah, we shield this up and we'll go for the Zap Cannon. Did they lower my stats? Okay, well now they did. Zap Cannon's not going to be quite enough. I think we should be able to take them out with a couple of counters here. Or, there you go. Beautiful. 1 counter. Alright, sniped them. Looking good. And we're still going strong here without losing. We're 3 games in for that next set. Alright, let's keep it going here. And what am I doing? What in the hell? Oh, okay. I wanted to show you all like where we're at here. Okay, sweet. So you see there's no editing. It's not like it's some sort of a miracle. We're just using meta, and the game is just actually being cool with us for once. I should keep my mouth shut about that. Okay, Giratina. All right. We'll take it. Nothing crazy about this here for us. Although Shadow Claw is a little bit more difficult to deal with, but I'm not going to complain. It's not like it's water or something or whatever, dark. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and throw the Disarming Voice here. They're letting it go. Good call, good call. We've already used a shield ourselves, so not particularly looking great here, but that's all right. And we're getting a shield out of them. Fantastic. We should be able to get to... Actually, no, we're not. Nah, this thing just farms up way too quick. Ah, yeah. They had a bunch of energy ready to go anyways. So, Ancient Power and Dragon Claw. Not looking good for you here, bud. So, we're obviously not going to shield anything up. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I build up extra energy here or what. Let's see what happens. Oh no, I'm just gonna go straight for the Zap Cannon and get them the heck out of here, huh? Alright, so not quite enough there. Looks like I personally missed a bowl that was on my end there. Okay, I'll call it when I see it. And we'll lock on farm them. Great. Goes to normal. And Focus Blast. What was that? What did they throw into the game there? Oh, Cobalion. Okay, so they've used their last shield, so we're gonna go ahead and swap into our Poliwrath here. Go ahead and Sacred Sword me. Yeah, that's fine. It'll start adding up for sure. And they do have a Feraligatr in the back. It isn't looking the best. Okay, but we can still pull this off here. The Registeel still has a decent amount of health. A Hydro Cannon is not going to be quite enough, but we are shielding it up just so we can maintain our health here. Get to the next one and start really digging with our counter on the Cobalion. Although they've already had a decent amount of energy, so now I don't even know how much energy they have anymore. So, oh, that's not great. Not looking good. I think we're actually going to finally lose this. Yeah. There you go. All right, there you go. There's the last one there. Fantastic. So now we're going to go ahead and switch the lead. We're going to put Poliwrath up front and see what they're going to throw at me here. Maybe we can get something good. Oh, we'll take it. All right, yeah. This is fine. Not Shadow for Alligator. Sounds good to me. All the moves are resisted, although that Hydro Cannon is going to start adding up. That Shadow Claw really does dig in. If I can speak proper English over here. Now, the reason why they go for Crunch is so they can try to get the defense job to do even more with their Shadow Claw as well as the continued Hydro Cannon. I've done that personally myself. Getting to the Icy Wind to see if this will take them out. I don't think it's enough. Oh, yeah, it was barely. Alright, in goes the Ampharos. Unfortunately, they're farming me down here, but that's alright. We have Registeel to kind of have the answer to that, sort of. We're just going to go ahead and throw the Zap Cannon. I do believe they just bring in, what was that, their Skeletor. Sounds good. We'll swap into our own here. Now, I figured they were trying to get shields because we have two, so we're going to call it. Yeah. Let's go. Calling that Disarming Voice right there was very good for us, for sure. Especially while getting a shield using our own Disarming Voice. That's just perfect. So at this point, I think we'll just go ahead and shield them up. And, oh, looks like we already tapped on it. So we're already logged in. Throwing it now. And we get the last shield from them. They're going to be retreating into their Ampharos to throw the Brutal Swing here. We're going to definitely want to shield this up. I unfortunately already locked myself in here with the Disarming Voice, so we're just going to have to take that, swap to catch with the Registeel, another Brutal Swing here, which is just going to tickle us barely because this thing is a tank. You need something super effective, or it's barely going to do anything to it because it's just that OP. And we're going to get to the Focus Blast, and I do believe I'm going to lock on down to the Skeledirge. I think this is the one where this happens here. And goodbye. Let's go. Alrighty, next game. What are we going to see with that Poliwrath lead? A Regirock. Can't complain about that. Definitely a good lead here for us, for sure, right? Alright, so let's keep it going. Now, I was going to explain really quick because the 50% algorithm thing. But at this point, I've explained myself so much, and I'm sure some of you are just like, just play the game and do the comment. I'm all here for that. Totally, I agree. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just throw the Skull here on that Zacian in the Ultra League. Oh, okay. That's a little different. You don't see that all the time. Bringing in the Registeel, which, if you're thinking, not the best idea, right? Yeah, I know, I get it. We're just kind of using it as a meat shield at this point. Just absorb all this stuff they're going to throw at me here. And we should be looking pretty good after the fact. So we'll let this close combat go. They're taking me out. They lowered their stats by 4 stages, the maximum. They do bring in a Alolan Muck, which is going to be super effective to our Skeledirge here. So we're going to go ahead and shield up that Dark Pulse, calling it correctly. It's always annoying shielding up an Acid Spray, all right? Going for that Disarming Voice. That still does a decent amount of damage. Bringing in the Poliwrath here. As a matter of... Go. Sludge Wave? Ooh, barely surviving that one there. Getting to the Scald to should barely take out this Muck here. Okay, beautiful. And they throw. Yeah, see, they had Snarl, so it's not very effective. So I understand the reasoning behind throwing that there. But unfortunately for them, we're going to be able to take the win. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.